situationships are a real thing.
No, totally. 100% real.
And they seem to be much more prevalent.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. People
are not trying to commit.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I was really having hope for Gen Z. I was hoping because there was a very slight sliver of time.
Right.
I don't know if you remember this, but when COVID first started, it was 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And Gen Zers still had a little hope in their heart, right? It was right as the pandemic was happening, but it hadn't gotten as bad. And the stats were that Gen Z believed more in monogamy.
Right. Yes.
You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And now it's much more, again, like they're more single,
Right.
they're much more casual, it's more hookup culture, more situationships.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you, do you bring up Valentine's Day with a situationship?
I mean, I guess it depends on your situation. Like if it's like literally just fucking you buck, maybe not. But if you guys like do the dinner thing and kind of like act like you're in a relationship, but you're not in a relationship, then yeah, I say why not. But I can also see why that would bring up for those people who don't want to commit, make it complicated for them. But, you know, once again, it's just like an excuse to date and like things will be geared for couples that day. So I don't know.
I feel like guys are pussies and they get super
Sure.
weirded out with Valentine's
They
Day.
do, yeah,
and I feel like
sure.
unless you're official, like people skirt the around that issue.
Yeah.
I don't think I would
No.
talk to somebody if I were in a situationship,
Yeah.
which I have been many a times right over Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
You remember Young Guy?
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, yeah.
that really, we've been together 5.5 years
Right.
and Valentine's Day is what broke us up.
Right.
But it's also like, I feel it's a really complicated thing because like you said, what is your situationship?
Right.
If you're just hooking up, it's probably not even worth it.
Totally.
But usually somebody kind of has some feelings, right?
Yeah.
Like that's
It's
what
always
makes
in
it a
balance.
situation. Otherwise, y'all just be like, hey, we're fuck buddies and
Right.
it's fine. But the situation part is that somebody wants something more, but the other isn't there yet.
Yeah.
And so what do we do? And Valentine's Day is such a hard situation because it's like, well, do they like me?
Right.
Are they going to show me they like me? And then if they do, great, you're off to a good start.
Yeah.
But if they don't,
then it's like devastating.
you're like, I don't know. I honestly, I don't think I would personally probably put myself out there. I would probably wait to see what the other person does, specifically the person who is less into the relationship.
Yeah.
Because, look, yeah, I do think like you could woman up and like go and ask. If you do that, I think you just have to be open to whatever that response could be. And that could be,
Right.
hey man, I already made plans with the guys
Yeah,
to watch a game.
totally.
You know, they will come up with some excuse.
Yeah.
So if that happens, like you just have to be okay with that response.
Yeah.
But if you do get lucky and they're like, oh, I was just waiting for you to ask.
Right.
Pussy.
Right.
No. Then it's that like, okay, you're off to a good start.
Right.
But it's a hard thing because it has to kind of happen organically too.
Yeah. Totally. I just think if you're in a ship, whether that be a relationship or a situationship, then like, I don't know, to me, it's like so weird to not even like acknowledge it. I've had that situation.
Yeah.
Where it was Valentine's Day. We were totally situationship. We didn't make any plans. I was fine with that. But I like wished him a happy Valentine's Day. That was it.
Yeah.
Just a text. And like that was like.
And what did that person say?
I want to say it was ignored. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
But like.
Pretty sure nothing came
like,
of that
and
at all.
that shows you,
And
right?
I was like, yikes. Like I wasn't even trying to date this person. I didn't even like that person that much. But I'm like, it's Valentine's Day, whatever. You can just wish me happy Valentine's Day.
And I think
I'm not asking for anything else.
I know. And that's what I'm saying is like to us, like even for women, even the simplest thing is like wishing somebody is like, it's not that big a deal. It's like,
really
at least just fucking wish me.
Yeah.
But guys are like, she thinks I want to marry him, her,
Right.
and then, so he's like, I'm just not going to say shit.
Yeah.
I'm just going to act like this was the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I'm super busy.
Right. Totally.
With the bros.
On this Wednesday night.
Exactly.
Like, what do you mean? Okay.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
It's a tough one. I I just don't think I would honestly put myself out there
Sure.
unless like I love them.
Yeah. It's definitely the safer thing to do.
Yeah.
That's
Even
for sure.
birthdays are weird like that too, right? Like if what do you do on a birthday if you're in a situationship and
Right.
it's only been a few months?
Right.
Do you, I don't know, they're not official. Do you call them to your birthday? Do they plan your birthday? Do you plan a
Oh, yeah.
birthday? It's like a
Right.
weird. I remember
Totally.
my first birthday with Luis. I was like,
What do we do?
what's happening?
Yeah.
But then he was so involved. He got me a cake because I was like, all right, okay,
That's
I think
nice.
we're okay.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like when people don't get involved, I just feel like it shows you something. Coming
Sure.
back to like when somebody
Yeah.
shows you who they are,
Mhm.
believe them the first time.
Totally.
It really sucks.
Yeah.
But Valentine's Day does make and break
Yeah.
relationships
It really does.
and situationships. So good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually prefer the term Palentines
Yeah.
to Galentines. Something about the term gal.
Gal.
I think maybe I've said it to you, but it reminds me of like a 1920s white woman, you know, like
Fair.
who's like, "Hello, gal."
Gal.
Like, "Hey, gals," and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh, something about that word." I'm just not
Right.
Yeah, it reminds like, very old school to me.
I see that.
So I like Palentines.
Mhm.
I am invited to a Galentine's. Though my one thing with Galentine's is, and it's again, I'm sorry, I'm always a curmudgeon
Right.
when it comes to Valentine's Day, but I'm always like, why can't we just do this any other day? This is just girls' night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or pals'
That's
night.
essentially what it is.
Because there's nothing special we're doing. We're going to a movie. We're going to have dinner.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat candy hearts.
Totally.
Why are we falling for capitalism?
I think what it is too is, you know, we all have those friends who are a little bit more down about it than others. So I think it's good for them in particular, you know what I mean, to be sort of surrounded by friendship love and give them a place to sort of commiserate their singleness.
Well, yeah. No, that's actually a very nice way to put it. I do think you're right that it's a really good alternative to sitting around and being alone on a day that people are going to be posting bullshit about their love on social media.
Totally.
I will not. So don't expect it from me. Not seeing some fucking love post.
It's not happening.
To Luis.
Right.
On Valentine's Day. And no, we're not going out and doing some shit. But it's like, I do think like I get it. It can be like a lonely time for people. You know, for you, how do you feel? Because this will be your first one after, you know, being in a relationship for a long time.
Yeah, and like honestly, it's funny when we were because I would say it was January when we broke up. Like right before we were breaking up when things were rocky, I literally was like, "Oh, Valentine's Day is coming up. Should I be getting gifts?" So I was thinking about it. I'm not gonna lie. But like now that we've been here, it's been a couple of weeks now. By the time it's Valentine's Day, it'll be almost a month. I think I'm okay. I'll know more on that day. It might just hit me. I don't know. We'll see.
Did you guys celebrate it before?
We did. Yeah,
you
we
did.
I mean, nothing crazy. Same thing.
Yeah.
Like I think I made dinner, and then another year I think it was like the Super Bowl or something. The same year, I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
So we did definitely celebrate it. But like I was saying earlier, my feelings on it have not really changed. So instead of just being with a person, I'll just be back with my friends like I used to do anyways.
Yeah. I do think, I think it's a good way to, it's good to keep yourself distracted on that day because otherwise, you might get flooded with memories that you don't need right now. Yeah.
I'm sure it'll come
Listen, hopefully the movie is so great.
Yeah.
You're not going to be thinking about.
Exactly.
Dakota Johnson's going to be so captivating that you will not be worried about anything else.
Anything else going on.
Yeah, it's what you also brought up, right? Like those, you hadn't fully broken up,
right?
Because it was January, so you were like, "Oh my God, what do I do?"
Right.
What if you hadn't broken up? Do you think you would have gotten a gift?
Oh yeah, because I can't help myself. I'm a gifter. Definitely would have, 100%.
Yeah,
probably would have gotten a gift, made dinner or whatever we decided to do.
Yeah,
I'm sure of it.
Yeah. No, at least it's good.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know, what would I do? I never celebrated, so it kind of makes it easy. But maybe I would, probably, I would definitely wish them.
Yeah, at the very least.
Yeah. And like,
Yeah.
make dinner.
Right. Yeah.
What do you think of love movies on this day?
I mean, it kind of just depends on how you are feeling. If you are
Mhm.
like, "What was me?" Maybe don't do it. You know what I mean? Don't
Yeah.
push yourself in that spiral. I think rom-coms are kind of fun. Like really, because you're like laughing, but there's still like a little bit of romance in it, but it's like funny. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like the best of both worlds. But yeah, going like straight romance. I'm not like a super romantic person myself, anyways. So that could be a lot.
I was watching on the plane back when Harry met Sally
Classic.
for the first time.
Nice.
Or no, maybe it's my second. I think I've watched it, but so long ago, I literally remembered nothing.
Right.
And very problematic in certain ways. I was like, oh, these are one of those rom-coms where it's like they're horrible to each other.
Yeah.
But then they love each other.
Yeah.
I was like, that's great. We're teaching people be mean, and that's love.
Yep.
But it was very charming. And I will say I do love rom-coms.
Yeah.
You know, I do love the Love Actuallys and No Strings Attached and all those things. But maybe steer clear of it if it's going to trigger you on this day. I hope you guys enjoyed that video and check out our next one. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe to this channel for more amazing dating, love, and relationship advice from me and so many expert guests. Follow us on socials. We're at Kinda Dating across the board. I'm Natasha Chandel, so you can find me too if you like. And join our newsletter on www.kindadating.com for lots of exclusives. See you soon.